So what is up, pimps, hoes and buffaloes? We are back today with another video and with another commentary. And first of all, I just want to apologise for not uploading any of my own content this entire weekend. And me being me, it got to 3 AM on Friday night, and I thought to myself, shit, I've got to get up in the morning and I don't have any videos produced to entertain you guys at the weekend. So I thought, shit, this cannot be happening. The pimps, hoes and the buffaloes need to be entertained. And I thought, who better to ask than the one and only Mr. Zappersan. And first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to Zap for filling in for me. It really did help me out a lot, and hopefully it entertained you guys as well. You seem to enjoy it. And for those of you guys that haven't already seen that video, I suggest you go back and watch it. This guy produces some amazing commentaries. He's just gone and got himself partnered with Machinima. He is subscribed to by the likes of Only Use Me Blade and the likes of Xjaws. So this guy is definitely going places in the current YouTube scene. And not only should you go and check that video out just because he's freaking awesome and I need to stop licking his ass right now, but as well as that, what he spoke about is exactly what I'm going to be leading into within this commentary today. And I'm going to be giving you guys my cynical views on the death penalty. And of course, as you can tell from the title of this video, this was going to be coming, and obviously it isn't the most cheery topic in the world, so don't expect me to be making jokes and don't expect to hear me laughing, because this is a really serious matter. And for me, the quote eye for an eye really should be something that is implemented in the world. I know for sure that in Saudi Arabia they still do public hangings, and when it comes to Anders Breivik, the guy that committed mass murder on a ridiculously large scale in his home country Norway, I personally believe that this guy should be sentenced to death. And I was reading the comment section yesterday with things like, you should chop off his penis, you should chop off his finger, and I was thinking, dude, this is drastic. But then when I was actually thinking about it, and when I listened back to that commentary and really thought about the actions that this guy committed, dude, this guy deserves the worst punishment that you could possibly get. And when I use this phrase, life in prison, when people across the world use the phrase life in prison, obviously the general connotations, if you take it word for word, should suggest that that guy or that woman should die in their prison cell. And of course, I'm a big advocate for this. There's some people that believe that the death penalty is wrong. Some people think, you know, that is just as bad as whatever act the guy or the girl committed in the first place. But for me, even on such a large scale, and we're going to talk about Anders Breivik once again, this guy ruined so many people's lives. Of course, he committed murder, which ended the lives of many. But as well as that, those that were left behind, a lot of these people were teenagers, which meant they had mothers, fathers, grandparents, all of which are going to be scarred for life by the actions of this guy. So when I go and see that he has only got 21 years in prison as a punishment for the crimes in which he has committed, it really does make me physically sick to think that this guy probably, well, obviously, he's going to be out walking the streets again, and obviously, like Zap said, there's not really much chance of him surviving, because a lot of people are going to be on his back as soon as he gets out, of course. But for me, the death penalty is something that should be implemented in laws across the world, because if someone commits murder, why should they not suffer exactly the same pain in which they have induced on someone else? And when I see things like, you know, people should get stoned, people should get a bullet through the head, hell no, that isn't what should happen. Like you guys said in the comment section yesterday, those of you more cynical people amongst you who actually thought, you know, this video deserves a comment, I totally agree with you. I think this guy should be tortured in every means possible. And, you know, we've all seen the films. We've all seen the stuff that happens in the films. This guy should suffer every single possible pain, every single possible physical, mental agony that he possibly could. And, you know, when I'm talking in this commentary, I begin to feel, you know, physically sick inside. It revolts me. I honestly think, you know, 21 years in prison, is that really justifiable for someone who ends the lives of so many? And obviously, like Zap said yesterday, that only actually equates for 3.5 months for every single person that he murdered. Hey, you could go and speed at 180 mile an hour down a motorway, and the chances are you could also get a sentence longer than 3.5 months. And when you think about it, this guy's committed murder, and that is still the only punishment that he will receive. And, you know, I'm going to look at it from the other side now. If you commit murder and then obviously, you know, take the death penalty, then surely that is just as bad as killing someone in the first place. But, you know, there's different levels of this. If there's an accidental murder, and, you know, I don't know any of the laws in the world. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to be anything to do with government. So I wouldn't know. But, you know, there's some crimes that obviously don't equate to the death penalty, in my opinion. But crimes like this, mass murder on such a large scale, I honestly believe that this guy should be tortured. I think that he should die in his prison cell. For me, it is just ridiculous. I can't even sit here and talk about it for much longer because there are so many views going round in my head as to what should happen. So I guess this commentary is probably just going to end because I actually don't really know, where I can go with it. At the end of the day, if someone commits murder, I think they should also die. That's my view. That's the end of it. But anyway, guys, I want to know what you think about this. It's very serious, and obviously it is a big topical issue when we think about things like this that are happening. Whether or not they ever bring the death penalty back, I don't know. It probably isn't going to happen, but I really want to know what you guys think. Be as cynical as you want, because obviously I've showed you guys my views, and I think this guy should be burnt. I think this guy should be completely tortured. But anyway, guys, I've had enough of this commentary myself, so I'm going to end it here, and I hope to hear what you think in the comment section. I'm out. Peace.